Joining us now to discuss a couple of top voices on intelligence. Ryan Macbeth, an open source intelligence analyst, along with Morgan Murphy, a national security expert. He's also a U.S. Navy captain and former Trump White House official. Gentlemen, great to have you this evening. I'll start with you first, Ryan. How close could we be to seeing the U.S. take action?
Well, it could certainly come as early as Sunday. We have assets in the region. We have at least 6 destroyers in the region. We most likely have a ballistic missile submarine, or at least a cruise missile carrying submarine in the region, loaded with 154 cruise missiles in its magazines, as well as a full complement of 6 squadrons of aircraft on a carrier and fixed-wing assets in the region. So we are absolutely ready to go. The next move is with Iran.
Yeah. Well, Morgan, the article suggested the president could strike Iran as soon as Sunday. It also says, quote, in addition to military targets, Trump is considering strikes on senior Iranian leaders with the aim of spurring the overthrow of the Iranian government. Is Trump seeking a regime change or a nuclear and ballistic missile deal? What is his end game?
Well, the United States has made it very clear to Iran's leadership that we will not tolerate Iran's web of surrogates throughout the whole region. We will not tolerate, Trump's been very clear, we will not tolerate them trying to get a nuclear weapon, and we will not tolerate their constant barrage of missiles. So those are the 3 things that are on the table reportedly with the administration, and I expect that the president will be very firm, as he always is. I mean, when Trump says, thank you for your attention to this matter, you better listen to him, because he follows through with what he says he's going to do, unlike presidents we've had in the recent past.
Yes, when he says thank you for your attention to this matter, it means pay attention. This is what's happening.
Watch out.
Exactly. Well, amidst the rising tensions, though, between the Washington and Tehran, Iranian media reports an explosion at a port city in southern Iran, killing 1 and injuring at least 14 people. Debris and damaged cars could be seen on social media after the blast. For a bit of context here, the port city lies on the Strait of Hormuz, a vital waterway between Iran and Oman, which handles about 1/5 of the world's seaborne oil. Ryan, what do you make of the timing of this? Do you think there's any type of connection here?
So that could be absolutely anything. As we've seen before, Israel has performed operations inside of Iran. It would not be out of character for them to plan some sort of explosive or conduct some sort of secretive strike, even using something like a loitering munition, although that particular scene doesn't look like a loitering munition. Also, every once in a while, a building blows up in New York, too, from a gas leak or whatever. So just because something happened on the street so close to U.S. forces in the region doesn't necessarily mean that there's actual causality there. It's certainly possible there could have been some sort of operation that was done to, let's say, prevent the mining of the Strait of Hormuz. If someone important was inside that building, that could have certainly been a reason why the United States or Israel or someone struck. There could even be some factions inside of Iran that want to lower the temperature a little bit and take out certain people, so that way things don't go too far.
Morgan, Axios is now reporting that the Saudi defense minister says Trump not bombing Iran would embolden the regime, and Prince Khalid bin Salman saying if President Trump doesn't follow through on his threats, the regime will end up stronger. This, according to 4 sources in the room, which told the outlet the following. So, Morgan, does Trump now have to follow through with an attack? How does this influence his decision-making, if at all?
Well, I think if these reports are true, it's interesting that Iran's neighbors also want to see the regime gone. That says so much about how things have changed in the region. If you think back to the first Trump administration and the remarkable Abraham peace accords that Jared Kushner and the president managed to get through, peace that we never thought we'd see in our lifetimes between Israel and much of the Middle East. It's been a sea change of attitudes now to see Saudi Arabia saying, hey, you know what, we should help out these protesters in Iran. I think that's very, very significant.
Definitely. Ryan Macbeth, Captain Morgan Murphy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.